Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to part 2 of our off-season special here at the Colorado Rockies, and today the rebuild begins. We are going to have a very busy time. We've been hot on the phones here in the office, we're going to work the free agent market as best we can, do some trades, and see what sort of team we can end up with as we head into spring training. I've actually just got to go down and see Bruce right now in the clubhouse, so come on, let's go. Bruce, I've been thinking, maybe the best way to beat the Dodgers is just send them our worst players. Yeah, no, I'm glad you agree, mate, because, that's where Ohtani's gone. Who's paying his salary? The important thing is that he's gone. So, there we go. Ohtani is no longer a Colorado Rocky. We are paying an exorbitant amount of his wages still. Does it say here 75% we're still paying? But to be honest, we just needed to get him out of the club. He's the worst trade I've ever done. $22 million, and not only has he become a terrible pitcher, I don't even think he's a pitcher anymore, he's become a terrible hitter as well. I don't understand. What did we do to him? We broke Ohtani. So he has left. We've sent him to the Dodgers. In return, we have got Brusdar Graterol. Now, you may remember him. We faced him actually in the last game of last season. Now, he's a barrel of laughs, which I'm hoping that's because he is a prankster and not because he's a terrible, terrible baseballer. But I actually think, now, he's not done well recently, especially this last season for the Dodgers. But I'm hoping he might actually be a useful bullpen pitcher for us. Now, overall, we're making a loss. We're paying about $1 million more, $1 million and 1.3, I think it was, more than we were last, with Ohtani in the side. But I think it could be worth it in that we're getting rid of somebody who just has no business being in our team to somebody who can come in and I think strengthen the bullpen. Obviously, control's a concern, but he's going to get strikeouts, and he's a ground ball pitcher as well, which is important. He's got decent movement, so hopefully he's not going to give up too many home runs at our home ground. And we'll see how he goes. Maybe a lack of a fastball might... although he can throw 100 miles an hour, so he's not that bad. But anyway, that's the trade we've done. Hopefully it works out. He's been an all-star before. He's 26. Yes, he's fragile, but how bad could he possibly... He can't be worse than Ohtani. Okay, we have completed another trade, and leaving us is Ryan Velarde. A bit of a risk, this one. He was a decent third baseman for us. Certainly 22, 23, he did well as sort of a backup third baseman to sort of Ryder Jones. Last season, he really didn't play well for us. He went down to AAA and was average at AAA, maybe above average at AAA standards. So I thought, we've got Bowser now who looks to be sort of a number one guy. We have Velarde who looks to be a decent backup for him. So we could probably do with letting go of Velarde. So that's what we've done. And in return, we've got ourselves Shane Baz. Now, when we traded for him, he was very much a reliever. So he is an option to be a reliever, and he's quite a good, we can see there, Reader's quite a good reliever. I'm thinking, though, we could probably just about get away with starting him. Now, last year for Tampa Bay, he had 12 starts. He had an ERA, you can see there, of just over 3.5. His whip was maybe a little bit high, but I don't know. We are a little bit desperate for starters, and I just think he might be able to do something for us. And if not, he can come into the bullpen. Control's an issue. Doesn't have the best changeup in the world, but he does have 3 other pitches. So let me know what you think. Is he a starter? Maybe a lack of a fastball would hurt him as a starter, but we'll see how he goes anyway. He's come in. We've lost Velarde, but we'll see what Baz can do. Alright, it is Rule 5 draft time, but before that, a bit of an update on Salvatore here. Now, this is, of course, the 23-year-old Venezuelan reliever that I thought might be a good pickup for us. Now, unfortunately, what's happening with him is if we go and offer, it's starting to get a little bit expensive. $6 million for somebody who may or may not come off, and we're just talking about a bullpen pitcher in any case. So I think we're gonna abort on this one. If it's the Cardinals, I think it said, wasn't it, that are going in with us for him. At 4.5, even $5 million, I would have taken the risk. But I think once we're getting up towards $6 million and more, we'll just let that one slide. So we have a quick look at Rule 5 draft here, and we can see that, unfortunately, I was hoping we might be able to find a nice little pickup. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. If we look to current ability, there's not really too much there. I'm always nervous it's going to be one of our players here I don't know about, but I'm pretty sure I've protected everybody that we wanted to. So have a look at the draft pool here. Now, unfortunately, there's not really anybody that's a massive pickup for us. We could do with a center fielder, but I don't know if... we don't forget this guy's going to have to stay in our active roster. I don't know if he's quite at that level. There's just no one there that is really screaming out, "You must have me," unfortunately. So I don't think we're going to partake in it. Yeah, so it's not a great update, to be honest. The news is there is no news. Okay, we have another trade to announce, and we have given up a personal favourite of mine, but Tommy Doyle has left. He was shocking last year. He really, really was. He was very, very good, sort of first full year up. Dropped off a little bit last season, although he did have more saves. The season before last, I should say, than last season. Maybe the numbers are a little bit harsh on him, but, I mean, he was woeful. So we've traded him, we've sent him off to the Nationals, and in return, we've actually got back a player that was ours that we lost in the Rule 5 draft a few seasons ago. But we've got Ryan Feltner back. Now, what I like about him is I think potentially he's going to come in and just be the number 4, number 5 starter. He's been pitching out of the bullpen in Washington. He did well last year. An ERA of 3.24, a WHIP of 1.22 isn't too bad. He has a good ERA plus. He had a positive WAR. Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's $500,000. We can, say goodbye to him one way or another. Does he have option years left? He does. He has 3 option years left. So there's a lot to like about it. But yeah, hopefully it comes off for us, as I said. But it is goodbye Doyle. Hello Feltner. Hi Sandy, it's Aussie Villain. Yeah, the Rockies GM. Yeah, listen, mate. We talked about you signing for us for $11 million a couple of weeks back, and I haven't heard anything back from you. That's right. We went up to 17. You want 21 million now. Mate, I'm not doing that. Why aren't I doing that? Well, I tell you what, you can ask Davish, Ray, and Marquez why I'm not doing that. So there we go. It doesn't look as though Sandy Alcantara is going to happen either. It would be good. You can see initially it was $8 million, which would have been absolutely fine. If we go and offer him a contract now, the Dodgers have come in and, 21, we're not paying that. We guess we could pay it, but we've been bitten before by these free agent pitchers, haven't we? And it's the Phillies, is it? It's the Phillies that's come in for him. It's just too much. It's too much. So yeah, we need starting pitching. We need quality though. So there we go. We have signed someone. It is someone from the Dodgers, which is nice. Hopefully we've signed a good player here. Jordan Saldana. He is going to be our closer this year. He did lead the league in closing last season. He also had the most starts and a negative WAR. So I don't know how reliable he's going to be. But we've got him for, $3.8 million. That's not too bad. It's a 3-year deal for a 28-year-old. So it's very low risk in that sense. He has 2 option years left as well. So we're not necessarily going to be, if he's rubbish, be sort of stuck with him. But yeah, we'll just see how he goes. He's a ground ball pitcher, which is obviously good for our stadium, and that is that. Now the pitching staff, it's not looking much different. I'll be honest. Yeah, we didn't get Alcantara. He went off to the Phillies. Here he is. He went off to the Phillies for just under $20 million. Yeah, time will tell if it was the right thing not to, really go hard after him. But I just don't think it was worth it. But maybe we needed to do it. Maybe we did just we needed to get somebody in. But anyway, I don't know what's going to happen from here. I'll be honest. I've never spent so much time trying to find players. It's going to be all trades from here if we can get anything going. But we're not giving up. We'll keep trying to strengthen. Yeah, but it's we've got a little bit of. We may as well do this now. This is what I'm thinking, is that the likes of, say, Edwin Colina, who was not good last year, ERA of almost 6, but his star rating says he should be good. It says he should be better. There's still room for him to progress there. I'm wondering if we stay with our star rating, our star potential, the likes of John Kudros, potentially is quite good. He's a number 55 prospect, so he must come good at some point. Spencer Jones, he is the number 32 prospect. Again, he's got to come good at some point, doesn't he? If we have faith with them. The other one is Austin Becker. He's been in Major League. I think that's why he doesn't have a prospect rating. But again, potentially, he could be quite good. So I'm just kind of wondering if we go with that and hope that they do come good for us. Yeah. I don't know. We have breaking news of a huge trade between the Rockies and the Dodgers, with Cy Young winner Caleb Ferguson joining Colorado. Now, going the other way is minimum wage earner Ryan Feltner, but GM Aussie Villain is said to be delighted to have acquired a second Cy Young winner for his starting rotation. So there we go. I'm not quite sure why or how this has happened, but Caleb Ferguson has joined us. Left arm Cy Young Award winner last season from the LA Dodgers has joined us. Now, I'm thinking the game's tricking me here. I don't quite understand why it's happened, but we've got him. He's spent 5 seasons, you can see, with an ERA in the 3s. Now, the downside is maybe a little bit of a lack of movement, and he's a fly ball pitcher. But again, his ERA, his whip, has been really, really good for the last 5 seasons. I don't see a downside to this. I don't see a downside to this. Now, the player that we've given up is Ryan Feltner. Now, he instantly somehow looks better in their team. He wasn't a 3.5-star player before. So this is where I'm starting thinking I've done the wrong thing, haven't I? Why does he suddenly look so much better than he did when he was in our team? But anyway, we had just traded for him, of course. I think, was it Tommy Doyle we gave up for him? So he goes without playing a game, goes off to LA. No doubt he will be the Cy Young winner this time next year, and Ferguson will have had a career-ending injury. But as things stand right now, we've got 2 Cy Young winners in our rotation. Okay, we have a little bit of breaking news, something I would have loved to have done like an intro skit about, but I don't fully understand what the rule change is. But league officials have just announced that the minimum service time requirement to reach free agency has been increased to 7 years. This will result in a longer period which teams have control over their young players, which is probably good news for us because we have a number of young players. The number of years required to be eligible for salary arbitration has been increased by 1 year as well. So I don't know fully what that means. I'm assuming it's good news. Well, certainly for us, maybe not for the players. But the rules have changed. Okay, we are at spring training, which brings us to the end of today's episode. Now, just a quick, I'm conscious the episode's getting a little bit long, but just a quick review, I guess, of how I think our team is shaping up ready for next season. So if we look at the lineup, shortstop, we're looking at Tamar Johnson. He's a star of the future. He could be a star of today. So hopefully he'll have a good season for us. So that's the shortstop. Batting second and playing second will be Bo Bichette. Hopefully he'll continue to improve his defensive rating through spring training, but that's he's going to bat second and play second. First baseman will of course be Evan White, one of the stars of the team. So that's a no-brainer. And of course, Mr. MVP Andy Sigilio will be playing, I think, in right field this season. We'll wait and see, but I think he'll go over there with Ohtani leaving. He'll bat 4, batting 5, and probably playing in center field, though we'll wait and see. He could move over to left field, will be Jimmy Herron, Rookie of the Year, of course, last season. If we move down the batting order, batting 6 and playing third base will be Drew Bowser. Again, star of the future, had a really good end to last season. If he can pick up where he left off, have a full season of that sort of form, he could, in all seriousness, be sort of an MVP-style player for us this season. Tapia, we've got him back in the lineup, playing in left field. He is the most tenuous spot. If we could get a really good, maybe center fielder in. Do we go with Alcantara, that guy, the defensive center fielder, move Herron over to left field and then have Tapia as the backup? Let me know if you have thoughts on that. But I think for now, Tapia there in left field. The catcher will, of course, be Christian Vazquez. He's evergreen. He just continues to go from strength to strength. Did he win the platinum stick last season? No, but he was definitely Golden Glover again. He's a star. And that brings us then to the pitchers. Now, this is the way I see our rotation. We're looking at Jack Flaherty. Why does he look so crap this season? He's only 29. Surely that's not going to go wrong for us there. But anyway, he's won the Cy Young before. He was our star last season. New recruit, current Cy Young winner, Caleb Ferguson. He will be number 2 in the rotation. Number 3, we're looking at Emerson Hancock, youngster. Last season was his first full season. Did well. If he can continue to improve, then he should be fine as that third starter. We'll go with Jackson Kawhi, 4th in the rotation. He's always solid without being spectacular. And if we're looking at a 5th starter, right now I have penciled in Spencer Jones. The main reason, as much as anything, is that he can bat. So, especially in a National League stadium, that's an extra batter. And he's not the worst pitcher. He's really not. Spring training will determine exactly, I think, who goes fifth in the rotation. But he has improved. There's no doubt about that. So hopefully he'll do a job for us. We're looking at our closer at being Al Saldana this season. So we'll see. Again, he got the job done, but also gave up runs. So we'll wait and see exactly what happens there with him. I'm looking at the setup guys to be Junior Fernandez or drop him out of the closing role. But again, that could change. And the other one there will, of course, be Jacob Patterson, who has always done a solid enough job. Not always, but most seasons has done a solid enough job for us. If we're looking at middle relievers, De Jesus, who before we put him in the starting rotation last season, he was doing okay. His ERA was in the 3s. So I think as a bullpen option, you can see there again, good star rating. He should be fine for us. We're looking at Edward Kalina. Again, the star rating says he should be good. Last season he was poor, but before that he had a good season and a bit. So again, we'll see how spring training goes. That could very much change. Chris Clark, again, if we're going off of star ratings, he should be good. He was okay for us last season, maybe a little bit below average. But again, we'll see how he gets on in spring training. And the other middle reliever will be Ty Tice. He has been a very solid pitcher for us for a few seasons now, so we'll keep faith with him in that role. That brings us to the long relievers. John Codros he's someone that vies for a starting rotation spot, but we'll keep him in the bullpen as a long reliever, that left-arm long reliever. And the final man is the star of the bullpen, without a doubt, Jorge Alcala. He will hopefully have yet another good season as our long reliever in there. He's always, apart from that first season, he's always done a really good job for us. So that's the way we're shaping up. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm a little bit concerned having seen Jack Flaherty now. He's going all Ohtani on us, isn't he? I wonder if I could trade him away, actually. He had one good year, get him out. Let me know this. How much faith do we put in that coming back for spring training? Will that improve again? I'm very concerned having seen that. He was definitely better than that last year, wasn't he? Anyway, that's it for today. Let me know what you think of everything. And, of course, we will be back next episode for opening day. Opening day for us is going to be against the Washington Nationals. We'll be hosting the Washington Nationals. That's going to be exciting. So until then, guys, I've been Aussieville, and thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Take care.